What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another one. A bit of a different scene here. So I'm behind a damn Volvo. You know, honestly, all jokes aside, I really do like these trucks. They really are nice trucks. This one is it's a nice shift. It's an automatic. I've talked about automatics before in the channel. I personally don't like them simply because I want to shift myself, but they are great. You know, especially these newer ones. You know, if any of you are used to just the old Eaton, you know, whether they were clutch or clutchless automatic, they're nothing like that. Like even the newer Eatons without the clutch, I've driven a Volvo with them. It seemed like you went through every single gear and you just, you know, a little jerky. Where like this I-shifts or the 12 speeds that's on the Cascadias, I've driven. I haven't driven the Kenworth or the Pete's automatic, but I'm sure those are very good. You know, obviously everybody's got to kind of, you know, stay within standards, right? Competing and all that bullshit. Anyway, I'll give you a quick update on my Pete. So, you know, I was a bit rushed, and that's to nobody else's you know, mistake but mine. Although, you know, I was told by my wife to, you know, just kind of reminding me, hey, you know, slow down, don't rush. But when I sold the Kenworth, I was trying to get into a truck right away. I actually, the same auction that I bought the Pete from, they had a Freightliner Classic, which honestly, that's what I was looking for, was another Classic. Freightliners are, you know, a lot cheaper to maintain than PACCAR engines, or PACCAR trucks, I'm sorry, which is your Pete's and your Kenworths. And I wanted an older truck, pre-emissions truck. So I figured I'd look for another Classic. There was a Classic there that I got fairly cheap, but it was sight unseen. I wasn't even there, and when I went there, it turned out to be a bunch of stuff, you know, wrong with it, and I just ended up getting out of it. Lost a couple of grand in the process, but you know, it is what it is. You know, it's not great, but that's what rushing kind of makes you do sometimes. So lost a little bit of money with that, got out of that deal, and then a bit on the Pete. I got the Pete for, you know, not cheap. When I checked everything there, everything kind of checked out great. It drives really nice, you know, don't get me wrong, but it looks, what happened was, so apparently what happened with that truck was somebody blocked the blow-by-tube, for whatever reason. I can't think of the damn name. And this is, you know, I'll give you guys a little insight. This is my third damn trying the camera, third take, if you will. and I still keep, you know, mixing it up. Maybe I don't want to think about it subconsciously, who the fuck knows. But anyway, somebody had plugged the blow-by-tube, and everything looked kind of copacetic there. The truck drives really nice. You know, for as old as it is. I drove it, you know, after I bought it, I drove it to Lansing. You know, had to do a bunch of stuff to it, including, you know, U-joint, front seals, front brakes and drums, a bunch of torsion bars in the back for each individual corner of the axles, and you know, just a little stuff, oil change and you know, cleaning up and all that other stuff. So you know, everything was kind of good. Figured I'd go to work the next day, so hook up to a trailer, you know, my usual trailer from Lansing, and drove back to Detroit. And then when I got there, I'm looking around, and it's like, it's got blow-by in places that blow-by shouldn't be, right? So what happened, I think anyways, is the crankcase got high, the blow-by tube was blocked, that had nowhere to go, so it found the weak spots of you know, oil pan seals and stuff like that, and he busted those, and the blow-by was coming out of there. So that's when I knew I was, you know, fucked. But and it was leaking a lot. So anyway, last video you guys saw, I came, you know, to the shipper, dropped the trailer off for the other driver to do. Drove it back to Lansing, found a place out in Grand Rapids, STS Transportation. Talked to him. He was referred by a really good buddy of the owners of AGA, and they've used them before, you know, and ended up taking it there. You know, we saw we're having a little bit of an issue trying to find the engine serial number. When he plugged it in, it should say, and the placards wasn't there, and he wasn't giving them anything. You know, so he called and asked me if I had any info, because he couldn't find it. I didn't, and then he ended up, you know, I think writing an email to Cummins tech support, and they found it. So what happened was the engine that's on the truck was a reman engine. It's still a pre-emissions, you know, ISX, a Signature 600, but it was changed, so the actual mileage that's on the ECM, the 700 and whatever thousand, that's actual mileage on that engine. But anyway, he was able to find everything. He was able to put everything in order. He should see it today or tomorrow. Today's Thursday, and you know, he promised the truck in about 2.5 weeks, which is incredible for an out-of-frame engine, considering, you know, everybody else is backed up to a month and a half behind just to get started on it, let alone actually finishing it. So he was going to pull it, sand the block out so you can get you know, hot tanked and cleaned up, and then put everything back together once everything came in, and we'll kind of go from there. You know, hopefully it is done soon. You know, I'd like to get it on the road and start making some money with it, because the overhaul's not going to be cheap. You know, an auto frame probably going to cost me, I think, anywhere between 28 and 33, 34, which is a lot. It does come with warranty, so that's a good thing. And the way he does his warranty is he actually has a towing service as well. So if something happens to the truck, he'll come and grab it anywhere in the United States and take care of it. And if it ends up being something that, you know, they messed up on, they'll take care of everything. But if it wasn't something they messed up on, then they'll charge me a discounted price for like towing and stuff like that, which is great. So I told him go ahead with it, obviously, and then obviously as soon as the truck is done, we'll get it to work and see how she does, you know, with everything else. I believe at the same time the engine was put in, the reman, there's a reman transmission in there. Not sure about the axles yet. Excuse me. So I guess that's a good thing. The downside of it all is, you know, I feel like I kind of rushed myself even on the Pete. Maybe I thought I wasn't, honest to God. And even if I were to take my time, I don't think I could have done anything different with how everything, you know, ended up being, how it was going to be. So at least it wasn't full retail price, because then I'd have really been pissed off. But like I said, it's not cheap. So truck together with the rebuild is north of 80 grand. So some may say you're stupid, EJ, for doing that. You know, I guess it is what it is. But I couldn't find really any, you know, decent Freightliners that I saw, whether it was on Truck Paper or Marketplace or, you know, what have you. So I ended up buying that. There's really nothing else there. There was a couple of W9s, but they were so bad that I didn't want the headache. But, you know, hindsight is always 20/20. And, you know, I was gonna have to put the work in even on this one, apparently. So, but hey, you know, I fully believe that there's a reason why this happened. What their reason is, I'm failing to see at the moment, but you know, the mighty man upstairs always has a plan, I think. Alright guys, well, just got loaded. Let's get the hell out of here, huh? No clutch there, no gear shift there, goddammit. Kind of curious to see how this truck does with, you know, 44,000 pounds almost. Yeah, I'm sure it'll do great, but there's a couple of areas where, like, yeah, there's a little couple of hills. I'm just curious to see what it, you know, does compared to the W9, which is a high horsepower truck, but also the Cascadia that I've driven from AGA, yeah, they didn't do too bad. I mean, the one thing that these things are freaking smooth and quiet. Oh, and they turn like a motherfucker. Today is the west side. Between today and like Saturday or something like that, it's supposed to get some pretty gnarly lake effect snow. I love how these things come up with and say freezing conditions. No shit, I know it's freezing conditions because I was outside. There go Charger Logistics. That's a new Swift to you guys. At least out here in Michigan. Like Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky. I do a lot of auto parts. was pretty bad. So wind was pretty much like a headwind, maybe a little bit of an angle. So fuel mileage wasn't that great. It's only about 6.5, which honestly, considering the amount of headwind, is not horrible. Kind of eager to see what it'll do on the way back. The one thing that I found out, or you know, learned that I hate is, I guess a lot of these I-shift trucks, or you know, at least the Volvo motors. I'm not quite sure about the other ones because I don't remember. But because it tries to keep the RPM so low that when you step on it and it doesn't downshift, it just creates this vibration, you know, off the engine. It's almost like it's bogging down. It just vibrates the hell out of everything. Picks it up or not. I actually put a piece of where's the piece of paper there to hold it from freaking vibrating. This thing is ticking me off. See what I mean? Yeah, but if you were to like downshift it manually and then get on it, it runs much smoother at higher RPMs. I mean, I get it. You know, I do that for fuel efficiency, but I don't know. I did see the guy that usually gets to Chicago before me, because he lives in Michigan, like 3 o'clock in the morning. He was just leaving, so hopefully there's nobody in the dock and I can just open the door, slide of tandems, and put it in there right away. Gate's broken again.
Let me go, there's no doubt. Gotta get out of this small town. You took my heart from me, now you're everywhere I see. Set me free, let me fly. Let me find new kinds of highs. We're just wasting here, waiting for another year. We both know the score. We've been here once before. So many words unspoken. You took my heart, it's already broken. You don't have to wait, I can take the pain. I will surrender, let me go on a new adventure. It's my time, watch me build another life. Find another space, explore the world and find my place. Hope you find some peace of mind. Hope the night was it's worth your time. Threw my heart away, we won't see another day. We both know the score, we've been here once before. So many words unspoken.
Stop the AGA here. And it started snowing pretty bad, so it's gonna be a bitch of a drive. Here's what it is. Maybe they salted the freeways already. Or maybe, just maybe, it's wishful thinking on my part. Testing it with the throttle. At least I know what the road conditions are, at least here. Not have to test them on the freeway. Traffic is not moving at the greatest pace, but it's moving nevertheless. I'll take it one mile at a time, nice and slow. Ain't no rush. I just hope tomorrow the weather's not bad, because I got to drive up to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to pick up my grandmother. I can say one thing about driving in weather like this, obviously apart from the obvious, like, take your time, don't drive outside your limits, outside your comfort area, is stay as relaxed as possible. Obviously you want to be attentive, and your attention has to go much higher than just a regular day, which can be pretty exhausting. That's why like trips in bad weather are, even if it's a 4 or 5 hour trip, you stop somewhere and you feel like you're drained out of energy. said this in other videos, but if any of you, obviously haven't gone through those videos and checked, a good telltale sign of what the road conditions are like is paying attention to the other cars or trucks' tires. And if the road looks wet, but their tires look relatively dry and they're not really picking up any mist, you can bet your ass probably ice up underneath there. But if it looks wet and you can see a lot of spray being lifted by the tires, it's a good indication of it not being so icy. And obviously it's never black and white, you know what I mean? And just, sometimes you just gotta drive by feel. Alright guys, well, that's at the yard. Yeah, the weather was sketchy there for a little bit, but after a while it opened up. Like out here in Detroit, it looks like it's just flurries for now. But out by Lansing, it's snow pretty good. Oh, excuse me. Just about at the yard here, so yeah, by Lansing it was a bit sketchy there for a little bit. A good 30-40 miles of a little bit of snow. Once I got past to like where they salted down, it was a little bit icy, but nothing major, thankfully. Honestly, once I got up out of the worst area there, foot down and home we go. Today's got to be a bit of a longer day. Hopefully it doesn't snow while I got to go to PA and come back. Anyway, as I have more updates when about the truck, the engine was off the truck today because the mechanic actually sent me a picture, and I'll link that picture into the video. So any new details, I'll let you guys know, and hopefully it's done soon because I want to drive it. But anyway, as always, you guys, thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for wishing me good luck on the new truck and all that stuff. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, please consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell so you're notified when a new video comes up. And we'll see you guys on the next one.